Hi, Skyline Journalism 120. This is your Twitter assignment for the semester. You're going to sign up for a Twitter account, and if you already have one, I want you to think deeply about whether it is professional grade. Would you want a boss to see it? That's really the question you want to ask yourself. If your Twitter account that you currently have is going to be a liability, you want to create a new and separate account for this assignment. Once you do create that account, you're going to want to follow my department account at Skyline Juror, and that way I can turn around and follow you back and see your tweets. You are going to want to use something called a hashtag. Many of you know what this is, some of you don't. It's when you use the pound sign and then some sort of phrase right after that. And that allows people to do a search and find the tweets that all have that hashtag. So somebody might have the hashtag, I don't know, follow Fridays. That's actually a thing. And with that, if you do a search on that, it's a hashtag that people use on Fridays when they want to make recommendations about who else to follow on Twitter. I can type that in, find all of those. I also follow several hashtags like something called WJ chat. That has to do with things that are for multimedia and web journalism. I want you to stick in some of your tweets the hashtag Skyline Juror, and in other tweets, or some of those as well, Skyline College, depending on what you have room for. And you don't have to include these in every single tweet you do, but if you're tweeting about something that's happening at Skyline College, definitely stick the hashtag in there, Skyline College. If you're tweeting about something you want the rest of us who are in Skyline journalism to know about, maybe it's a great tip or something else, then use the hashtag Skyline Juror. You're going to need a profile photo and a banner photo of some sort, as well as a professional but short bio. You're going to actively follow everyone else in the class. You may not be able to find them unless you ask them what their Twitter handle is, but you can probably get to them by going to my followers. So let me just quickly pop over to my account and you'll see what I mean. Let me see. Okay, so this is my account, and you can see I'm following 610 people, and if you click on this, you can kind of go through and see who I'm following. And you might find somebody that you recognize from class. Okay, let's pop back over to the assignment. The other thing you're going to do is you're going to subscribe to one of my Twitter lists. You're going to subscribe to my Twitter list, Journalism Resources, that's actually created through my Kaplan-Biegel account, and I'll direct you to that. But I'm also going to show you more about how to do this in a separate video. I want to suggest that you use your Twitter account for professional things with journalism, but also to build your personal learning network. So if you're really into, I don't know, environmental issues, or you are also a business major, or maybe a business minor, or a communications major, it really doesn't matter. You want to go into public relations, you want to go into marketing, it doesn't matter. You can use Twitter to start to follow people and organizations that relate to your personal interests or personal career goals and start to build basically your network. And people call this a personal learning network. You'd be amazed at the information that's out there. I've used it so much for teaching and for journalism. All right, we'll have some days where we drop everything and tweet in class, particularly at the beginning of class. And here are some ideas, because you're probably wondering, well, what do I tweet about? Do I tweet that I just got a Frappuccino from Starbucks? Nobody wants to read that, right? That's the big joke. Nobody wants to read tweets like that. So for this account, I'm going to say, here are some ideas for you. You can tweet about, something that's happened on campus, or a current news event, or something journalism related. Try not to stick your opinion in these, because we're trying to come at this from sort of a professional journalism mode, and journalists oftentimes have to kind of be objective in their observations. So you can have a little bit of a personality, but you do want to keep in mind that you don't want to have a bunch of, political tweets on here, things that reveal your political persuasion. You don't want to get all judgy about news that's happening. Save that for different kinds of social media. But not this particular, assignment that I'm having you do. You might tweet about events on campus that associated students have sponsored, or student resources for students that Student Services is providing, whatever it is. You can tweet about something that's happening in our class, etc. I want you to ask yourself some questions as you kind of go through this. Have you tweeted at least 40 times this semester? That should be broken up into a minimum of 2 tweets a week. That's probably not enough for being a social media expert. In fact, it's not enough, but at least 2 tweets a week. Try to go for more than that. You should be following and creating the lists that I have asked for. And I just realized in my handout here that I have this twice, so I'm actually going to get rid of this. I've already posted it, but by the time you see it, I'm going to repost this, the assignment itself. You want to ask yourself if you created and maintained a professional and appropriate tone. Are you are you proofreading your tweets and tweeting accurate information? Are you demonstrating a variety of Twitter behavior? Are you tweeting but also retweeting people? Are you replying to people? That type of stuff. It's about engagement, so do those things. Again, do you have your proper photos and bio up there? And have you used the hashtags? I'm going to give you 50 points under homework. You also have the chance to get a social media badge, and that's going to earn you some special privileges and rewards in our game. Here's a sample of what the final grading sheet is going to look like when I decide, do you get 50 points? Do you get 25 points? Do you get 30 points? What is it? It's going to be a lot of my asking these questions. So that's it. Go ahead and get started. And I will be posting other videos about how to sign up for a list, etc. So don't worry about that.